Now, at this time, I am much more mature, understand. I made decisions out of being an emotional wreck, and I really wasn't in the right mental space. So I call myself leveling up now. At this time, I do have suitors and individuals that tries to recruit me, but I don't entertain them.
All this leveling up, should you date while you're leveling up, or should you wait till you get to the level and then open the floodgates?
Right.
There's not going to be any floodgates.
Why do you say that?
You'll be 35 years old with a 6-year-old and a teenager, both by two lower earning men. Why would a man who's making $500,000 plus want to deal with that? A $500,000 a year man to come in and put your children in a house big enough for you, your two boys, him. Are you planning on having any more children?
No.
So he doesn't even get a child from you. So he has to take care of two other men, not one, two other men's children. Would I be allowed to whoop the children?
No, you will be allowed to discipline them.
Hold on. No, okay. But would I have to put food on the table for the children?
Yes.
So I have all the responsibility of a biological father, but I can only discipline. Do you think a child will be able to figure out that there are things I cannot do, even though I have all the financial responsibility?
Well,
do you think a child will be able to figure out that stepdad can't whoop me? That's a yes, no question, ma'am.
They will figure it out.
Right. So stepdad can't whoop me. Mama ain't gonna give stepdad a kid. The stepdad has to pay for me. Let's say you're beautiful. Let's say you just fall out fine. You're gorgeous. Let's say your pussy is like heaven. Then what?
See, I think that I'm not the individual that doesn't have anything to offer but a cute face.
What do you have to offer to overcome just those very few things I said? The man cannot discipline the children, so he has responsibilities. There are 2 million more black women than black men. Why would a high-earning black man pick this? Dating a man, you're having sex with a man. He knows how to get a hold of you, and if he was serious about marrying you, he'd have produced the ring. He's just trying to keep his pocket pussy going. You can call it what you want to.
These individuals are, I would say, trying to court me, but I don't entertain them.
And the guy you're talking about, is he making $500,000?
No, he's not.
How much is he making?
Right around 56, maybe.
Bitch, you sat here and wasted my time for this? Seriously, because I've been going down this path. I got men to do it. Drop my phone, baby. I apologize to the ladies out there with some sense. But see, these women out there make it bad for y'all. Then something, you have no options. This nigga make $56,000 a year. You talking like he's $500,000. You're a bust down.
And that's what men keep on saying. There's guys out there. You're divorced. You have 2 kids. You don't want a third. And the man says, okay. And not only does the man say, okay, to taking on your 2 kids, you being divorced, he says, all right, I'm good with all of that. Well, I really don't want you. The man's making, what she say, $56,000 a year. He's slightly above average, not a whole bunch, but he's slightly above average. So he's achieving more, and who knows within the next couple of years if he's going to be at 65. Might become a supervisor. He might already be a supervisor or a manager already, but you never know. He might take his experience and move to a different company. You never know. Men be giving these modern women a chance, but they don't take it because they think they're going to get, like Kevin is talking about here, a high value, a high earning man. What are you bringing to the table? That was the only question that needed to be answered. Why would he take a chance on you?
I'm going to make this really, really simple for you, okay? So just listen up. Harassing women versus going up to them and having a conversation with them when they make it clear that they want to be talked to are 2 completely different things. And if you do not know the difference between those situations, then I highly, highly recommend don't approach them. I'm not sure how me walking outside and being catcalled and being said, hey, baby, hey, you look good today. Oh, your dog's so cute. Hey, convince your mommy to let me take her out to dinner is even in the same realm for you as just approaching a woman, having a conversation and asking her out. Once again, if you really can't tell the difference, just don't approach her. I guarantee you she will be really thankful for it.
If he said, hey, baby, then obviously that's over the top. But if he's saying, something like, oh man, you think you can convince her, like he's playing with the dog basically. You think you can convince your mommy to, let me take her out. I really love to take her out, and she think she's really pretty, and maybe we can get to know each other before that. Just like kind of joking around and say, no, but seriously, I thought you were, attractive, and maybe if you're open to it, maybe I can, get your number or something like that, or your Instagram, and we can have a conversation. No pressure. And if she says no, then obviously you move on. But it's just another way to approach. Like I said, without the baby and the pet names, it's just another way to approach. Is really all it is.
This is part 2 on how to ask a man for things. Asking is not the problem. Demanding is. The energy behind the ask is everything. I was actually talking with my boyfriend about this video idea topic after my last video, and he told me that something he really liked about me was the fact that, of course, I know what I want, but I also am not demanding whenever I ask for something. He said he's had women give him timelines, deadlines, ultimatums, and I feel like that just takes the ease out of things. Even when I gave him my wish list, I told him, you told me that you're a gift giver, and I thought by putting together this wish list, it might give you some inspiration. But I'm not saying that you have to get me every single one of these things like right now. I was just hoping to give you some inspiration on some things that I like, because in the past, I have had lots of men gift me things that aren't really my taste, aren't really my style. Another thing that my boyfriend told me is that he really loves how appreciative I am. Of course, I say thank you whenever he gifts me things. Even after he gives me the gift, it's like the gift that keeps on giving, because, for example, we're at dinner and he gifted me this ring with little diamonds in it. At dinner, there was a light that was shining in such a way that it just made the diamonds shimmer and sparkle so beautifully. And I nudged him and I said, look how beautiful this ring shines. Oh, I just love how it shines. I love this gift. It's so beautiful. And he told me something to the effect of, I love that you love it so much. It sparkles so beautifully like you do. He's so romantic and cute. I feel like when you show appreciation and keep showing appreciation, but coming from a genuine place, it just makes the generosity feel good. And also, my happiness makes him happy. That's also key. But in the early stages of dating, you have to be okay with a man saying no. And a no is never scary. It's merely information. If a man says no, I don't argue. I don't convince. I just stop seeing him. When I was dating, I was never asking from a place of need. My bills were paid. My career is careering. I had money in the bank, stocks in the stock market. Anything extra, shopping, gifts, trips, that was a bonus. And I've always believed that what one man won't do, another man will. One man's you're asking for too much is another man's, oh, that's all you need? Don't demand, don't pressure, don't beg. Ask lightly, be clear, and be okay with the answer. Because the right man won't feel burdened. He'll feel happy to show up.
So I think you have to be careful with this. I do like the fact that you show, I would say you're appreciative. You're very appreciative. And most women aren't. That's the problem. They make men guess what they want, which you're saying, hey, here's, so what do you like? Well, I do have like a little wish list if you're like looking for something to give me. Okay. Well, you don't have to get all of it. Yeah, okay. I'll definitely take a look at it. Right. So like you were saying, a lot of these modern women are giving men ultimatums as if it's like a report card or something like that. If you don't get this to me by this time and so and such, you're fired. You're going to get an F. I'm not going to get anything. As a matter of fact, I'll take the F in your eyes and I'll go find somebody else that knows how to be respectful and feminine.
To what point does this Shira 7 boss girl mentality, man eater type of thing just become begging? Because I feel like we're at a tipping point here where it is becoming extremely obvious that a lot of girls in the dating pool, you guys just don't got your bag up. Like, expecting a man to fund everything in your life in order to have a shot with you, and you're asking a man for money for like everything. Maybe you just don't got it for yourself. Like, it's like a different thing if he offers, like, wow. So, I'm sure anyone would appreciate it. But to have it as a set condition, like, I don't understand. Is this like rent a girlfriend? Like, he gotta buy you? Your wallet just must be full of flies. Like, I'm not saying we should be ashamed to be broke, but like, let's call it as it is. It seems like begging. Call me crazy, but I just don't think money should be at the center of a romantic relationship. Obviously, this is like a different story if it's like, like if I ask and he doesn't for like something like small emergency or I don't know. Obviously there's context. Obviously there's problems if he does blah blah blah. But this new generation of thinking where like a man gotta do this financially for me to have a shot, is it really like girl power, or is it like you're low-key just a beggar?
So most men don't care about birthdays or Valentine's Day. I'm starting to not want a man after all. You are very clearly not thinking ahead. I want you to take a moment to think about this. Imagine that a man that you're interested in is 10 times more excited about Valentine's Day than you. Imagine that he thinks his birthday is the most important day of the year. Would you actually prefer that? Because a lot of women say shit like this, but they don't realize if that were to actually happen, they would end up getting turned off. Because the reality is, unless you're in a super long-term relationship where essentially you've created a culture in your relationship where there are clear expectations and practices around birthdays and holidays, then the more likely situation is that one partner is going to care more about birthdays and holidays. And that's usually women, typically. Just because most men are not bouncing off the walls with enthusiasm about Valentine's Day does not mean they're bad. And it also doesn't mean they're not interested or that they don't love you. You are more than welcome to remain committed to men being bad instead of learning how to appreciate our differences.
This answer from men honestly shocked me. When I asked why they no longer approach women in public, the top response was, why would I risk face-to-face rejection when I can just swipe online? And the way they said it, like rejection is so horrible, it's not even worth the effort of approaching a woman you find attractive. It makes me wonder, are online dating apps making people afraid of real connection or just way too comfortable with avoiding it?
They didn't say it right. Well, actually, they did probably say it right. What you probably interpreted as, because modern women do this, is, oh, so you're scared? Is a little baby scared? What they probably said was humiliation. That's probably what they said. They don't want to be humiliated. Rejection is fine. People get rejected every day, all day. Humiliation is another thing.
Good guys aren't going to want to hit on you in public, right? I know for me, like, I'll see girls at the gym and I'll be like, yeah, like, I'd love to talk to them or whatever, but I don't want to weird them out, so I don't go for it. I think, like, where we are in society, right, guys, it's a lot easier. Obviously, we're just at a standpoint where we're bigger, we're stronger, we're scarier, period, right? So it's easy to scare women, but because of that, the good guys that have empathy aren't going to want to go up to you because they're going to scare you, at least in our minds, right? It's interesting because girls I see on comments will always be like, where have all the good men gone? And it's like, truth is, they're still there. They're just not like wanting to talk to you out of fear of scaring you. I was having this conversation recently with, I think, my parents, and we were talking about how, like, in the old days, right, or like with grandparents, you'd hear like grandma would just be like, yeah, I actually told grandpa that I didn't want to date him 7 times, and then he still kept going. And to us, it's like, oh, but they say that and then they've been together for 50 years. So it's this weird thing. I don't know what the change is. People say Me Too all the time, and I think that's part of it, where it's now we're in a culture where it's, highly emphasized to not bother women in that way, which is good, but it also leads to these things where the dating pool is so much different now.
I do recall we were trying to tell the boys this, right? I believed wholeheartedly in red pill logic until I became a bartender. And the thing that changed it all was seeing just how many beautiful women were coming in with these chopped ass, bum ass, broke ass dudes that seemed like they had very little going for them until you talk to them. And then you start realizing, oh my God, like this guy's awesome to be around. He's open, he's engaging in conversation, he makes people feel safe around him. And then I realized that that had so much more to do with sustained attraction.
But before you go, you have somebody that's judging people based off of, you don't even know the guy, which is what a lot of modern women do. They look like, say for instance, I'll say Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez decides to get with a guy that doesn't look all that great. According to a lot of people, it doesn't look all that great. They never stop to ask, what is it about this guy? Oh, why is he dating her? Like, he doesn't even look as good as she does. This, and this. They don't care enough about a man to be asking those questions. It's just, well, why would she be with him? Like, she could find somebody that looks a lot better. Okay, so we're already off on the wrong start.
I said the bar was so low, you got annoyed. I said that men date for men, you got annoyed. I said that, the loneliness epidemic was not something that women needed to care about, you got annoyed. I think a lot of you that get annoyed just don't have to accept that you're just not doing enough work. Which is why the men that do follow me, the ones that I get messages from all the time, are learning in real time that they just have to, do more than they were doing before. Every woman I've ever dated has been visibly out of my league. Visibly out of my league. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I watch it happen in real time. I watch men flirt with the women I'm with at bars, and then the woman goes, oh, I'm sorry, I'm with that guy. They point at me, and then, do you know how many times a man has looked at me and been like, huh? What is it? What do I care? I'm sorry, I'm not your type. Being normal puts you in the top 50%. Being kind puts you in the top 30%. And being curious and emotionally present puts you in the top 50. You're already ahead if you just start working on yourself. Nobody wants to know that you don't get interesting to get a woman. You get interesting to yourself, and then people will just want to be around you. Friends too. You should be able to sit alone in a room and think about the world. Not because you're some special person, but because you've given yourself things to think about. And really importantly, things to think about outside of yourself. Films and books and TV shows and stories and art and culture outside of your singular existence. Reading about women, watching films about queer stories, being curious about a world that is not just you. My girlfriend literally said this to me a couple of weeks ago because it stuck with me. Because I'm seeing all these up here, right? I'm seeing all this work she's done. I'm seeing how hot she is, and I'm like, oh, what are you doing with me? And she's like, Jam, do you not understand that having an interior thought, having an inside voice that goes, I've got an interesting thing, I'd like to bring it up so that we can talk about it, is already top 10%, top 5% of guys. So few men are doing it. Listen, he says it in this clip.
And then I realized that that had so much more to do with sustained attraction. All the red pill shit is very important if you want to gain more attraction from people, right? But in terms of sustaining it beyond the first interaction, they leave that game completely behind.
He's right. The whole being 6 foot, having abs, whatever, being a chad or whatever, mugging people online, whatever the hell's going on the internet, it's all fleeting. It means nothing. These boys are selling you a fiction. Men can ultimately survive dating somebody shallow, even though it's not pretty. Survive dating even a narcissist, even though it's not that pretty. But ultimately, for women, it can be dangerous. And so they grow out of it much faster because they have to grow out of it much faster. So yeah, you may not crush it on a dating app. That's fine. Get off the apps. You may not get instant attention at a bar. Fine. I've definitely been out with a friend of mine and I'm like, Jesus, he's getting all the attention. What am I doing here? That happens. That's life. But that's a game and you're not playing a game, right? You're trying to be a real person. Stop developing a personality to attract someone and just develop a personality so that you have a life worth sharing. I'm not the person I am because I think it's a good bit of bait to catch a fish with. I just like being the person I am and I want to find someone who also likes the person I am. None of this is a performance. None of this is a strategy. It is just life.
Women are not growing out of anything faster. They're just not. You're living in a world of fantasy and delusion. Period, end of story. Or else they wouldn't have multiple baby daddies. Or else they wouldn't be out here running into the... How are they growing out of delusion? Saying the guys... How come we can't find a good guy? The guy's sitting right there in front of her face. Guy be talking about normal conversation. Normal conversation. I can't find a guy that I can connect with. I can't find a guy that I can talk to. What's wrong with the guy that was normal right there? I mean, you say you only need one. What's wrong with him? Is he ugly? Yeah, but I've been with this person and that person, and it's just not the vibe. What's not the vibe exactly? Well, I just can't explain it. Why can't you explain it? Because this guy is who you're describing is the guy that this man is, from what you told me. Well, I mean, it's just different. No, it's not. No, it's not. You're just looking for a certain type of man, and he's got to have a little bit more money. Well, he's got to be a provider. Yeah. He's got to give you a lot, gifts and stuff. Well, flowers would be nice every so often meaning every week. Okay, well, you need flowers every week. What is that, 10, 20 bucks? Let's say $40 a month. Well, I mean, I would like flowers, a little bit more meaningful from a, just other than a grocery store section. Well, first of all, if you've ever been to a grocery store section, they have flowers that cost a little bit of money. Well, I want a flower delivery service. A lot of foolishness going on that we can, and we put that on men, like as if men are the whole entire problem instead of women taking accountability. That's the biggest takeaway.
What I didn't account for with my first girlfriend was that girls will act, like flat out act. And I finally got around to realizing this with my second girlfriend when I would she'd cry about something and I would call her out. I'd be like, you're acting, like this is such good acting. And then she would start to laugh. And once I called it out, it would crack the mood and we would have a good time. But when I was in the first relationship, I would take it seriously. If she was sad about something, but I didn't know that it was acting, I would try to fix it or apologize or whatever. It didn't need to be. It was an act.
Okay. All right. Let me break this down to you, right? So feminists believe that men and women are equal and they deserve equal rights and equal treatment and blah, blah, blah. That is the whole basis ideology of feminism, is the equality of both. Anti-feminists like myself, I can't speak for all, but for me, I believe that men and women are different. We are not equal, right? So if feminism is feminism, right? And anti-feminism is against feminism. That means whatever the fuck a feminist is saying, I am against it, okay? More than likely, I am against it. I don't care. You can start talking about intersectionality, radical feminism, blah, blah, blah. All these different subgenres and categories. It's a waste of fucking time. I'm against it all. I don't fuck with it. I don't like that shit. I don't give a fuck. So you don't like the rights that feminism afforded you? No, I don't. That's what I'm trying to say, right? And then you guys are like, oh, well, you're not really bringing up anything to back it up. What is there to back up? There's nothing to back up. I said men and women aren't equal. That's it. Case closed. It's done. There's no reason to go back and forth. I'm not like y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. The feminists like to go back and forth about all these stats and stuff that they make up, pull out of their fucking ass. And I'm just saying, I'm good. Shut up. That's it. It's not complicated. Okay? I'm not interested in fighting for rights that we have. I don't think women should vote because y'all are fucking crazy. What the fuck? You guys are crazy. And you guys vote on shit that doesn't fucking matter. You guys will allow the most dumb policy dictate how you choose. Anyways, I feel like even trying to get into all of the politics of feminism and all that, to me, I see it as I'm feeding into it. I think it's evil. I think all you bitches are fucking evil. The truth is, feminism is always about envy of men, and that's it. You guys are envious of men. You look to men and you say, oh, he has that, I want that. The man has that, I want that. And that's all this is about. And that's why you guys sound like children. And this is why, because feminists are like children, you can't engage with children and try to reason with a child. You're a child. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I don't go back and forth. That's why I don't go back and forth. I won't go back and forth with you. I'm not about to sit here. That's why on the Dr. Daff show, I really had a hard time with communicating back and forth with these people because I'm observing. I almost fell asleep at one point because I was like, bro, this is too much. This is too much. I feel like I'm listening to children talk. And honestly, I don't give a fuck. You guys are displaying why I don't like it. I feel like I don't have any point to prove. There's nothing to prove. Y'all are proving it for me. Like, the way feminists dress, the way they talk, the way they make up stats, all this stuff is literally why I don't like it. Whatever you guys think you're doing is not working out for y'all, because y'all are all unhappy, y'all are all single or something, just something weird going on with your relationships. You have too many bodies, you don't want to have children, you like killing babies. It's just like too much mess. I just want to be a normal adult woman. That's all I want to do and be. I don't have time for all of this other stuff, right? I like my man being here, taking care of me. I love not clocking in. That's my life. I love it. I stay at home and I'm kicking it with y'all. That's my life. I don't need all this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I feel like there's no point in going back and forth with feminists, because y'all are children. And at the end of the day, if a feminist can come out and be like, feminism is about equality for all, it's about men and women, they're equal, we deserve equal rights, well then an anti-feminist should be allowed to come and say, I don't think men and women are equal, and leave it at that, right? Because a feminist can just say their little blanket statement and it's over. So why do y'all expect more from us? Do you know what I mean? I feel like you guys are always trying to, but you're not saying anything. Right. Neither are you.
A lot of women are waking up to the fact that this feminism stuff is BS, and they're getting tired of it. They're getting tired of the way it makes them feel emotionally, mentally, having to keep up, having to perform, having to do a lot of stupidity in the name of being a girl's girl. A lot of nonsense, a lot of trends that these modern women have going on. That's not helping you out at all.
I post about this when I first started posting, but if you're a feminist or anything around that, and you're still saying men should pay for everything, or, you know, men need to be the providers, you're not a feminist. And not even the slightest. I don't know how you fight for women's equality on every other aspect, but then when it comes to your partner, all of a sudden is, no, that's a man's job. He needs to pay for everything. How did we become so woke that we actually went full circle back headfirst into the fucking patriarchy? All of you that do this disappoint me immensely. And it's the worst when, like, you comment on a video, like, you're like, oh, someone would say, like, oh, surgery is just like being into patriarchy and stuff. And then there'll be comments like, just let them do what they want. And then you'll reply, like, that's low-key just, like, choice feminism. And then once I replied that, everyone just replies, what's choice feminism? Like, I just made that shit up. Like, all of you guys are fucking, like, stand up if you're a real feminist. The real ones know. Real ones know. Because when you do this, when you say that men should be paying for everything, oh, women are the prize, you know, I just want to stay home, I don't want to work. You're saying that you are like the trophy again. You're placing yourself in a situation where you're the prize and you're below the man because he's trying to get you the prize. And guess what? That same situation happened in like the 1960s when misogyny was very, very strong. You know, they fought for the women, but, you know, did they treat them like a human? No. So, thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
I do always find it ironic that they continue to say that men are not providers, they're not protectors. I mean, just while laying up against the wall that a man built. Laying up against the wall that a man built. Anytime there's something that doesn't go a woman's way, then she automatically says, oh, you're not doing your job. Okay, well, I'm sure if men started having that same logic with y'all, then y'all, oh, well, you know, you got to understand what's going on.
All right. Can we talk about one of the hardest things in marriage? It's not the chores, it's not the bills, and it's not agreeing on what movie to watch on Netflix. It's apologizing when you are still hurting. It's choosing to still show love when you aren't feeling all that love yourself. And listen, I know everything in you wants to shut down, pull away, wait for them to make the first move. But the truth, that's the moment when love matters most. Marriage isn't about waiting until it's easy. It's about leaning in when it's hard. When you are in a tough season or fresh off of an argument, that's when an I'm sorry or a simple act of love can break the cycle. Not because you are perfect, not because they are perfect, but because you both choose to show up, even when it's messy. So yes, marriage takes work, but dang, the rewards, that kind of love hits different.
As somebody who never got married and doesn't have kids, the older I get, the happier I am with my decision. Specifically, not getting married. Everywhere I look, I see divorce. Everywhere. It's very rare that somebody is married long term and happy. Usually the people who are married after, I don't know, a couple of years, they're miserable. And most of them get divorced. Some of them stuck it out because of the kids or whatever the reasons are. Marriage in today's age is just not worth it. The only thing you're doing if you're getting married is you're risking losing all of your assets. I say all of your assets because there's plenty of men who lost everything, who are now homeless because they got divorced. It's just not worth it anymore, guys. It's not worth it. If you're married and your wife just decides not to work and she's just at home and not doing anything, if you get divorced, you are screwed. You are screwed because you're going to have to pay her alimony and you're going to have to probably give her the house, pay for the house, pay for her lawyer, your lawyer, all of that shit. It can be financially draining. In most cases, it is financially draining. It's just not a good proposition anymore to get married. If you want to be with somebody, be with somebody. Why do you need to be married? You know what? I know why. Because women are pushing for marriage. Women are the ones pushing for marriage. And then women are also the ones that are initiating divorce. Make that make sense. Because women are emotional. They can love you and like you 1 year, and then in 2 months, they don't like you anymore. And they want a divorce. And then you're screwed. Forget about all the wows and everything. If woman changes her mind, and they do change their mind often, as you all know, they change their mind often. One day she loves you, next day she doesn't love you anymore and wants to divorce you. Because that's how she feels. So if she can do that, why getting married? Because if you're not married, she doesn't like you, she can go. You don't lose anything. You don't lose half of your shit or most of your shit. So don't get married. If you want to be with somebody, be with somebody. You can live with them. You can share household with them. You can do whatever you want to do without signing some papers with the state, so the state can decide how to split up your assets when you get married. It's not even if anymore, it's when. So stay smart, don't get married.
Masculine men do not want masculine women. I've noticed that a lot of feminist type women who are loud, who are boss babes, they'll complain that there are just no good men out there. I'll hear them say that men are just intimidated by them, that they're afraid of their energy and stuff. That's not true. The truth is, they just don't like them. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, but it is just reality. If you want to find a good man, you have to let yourself be a feminine woman. Men do not care how much money you make. They're not impressed by your degrees or what job you have. Modern feminists and just our current society send women messages from the time we're little girls that in order to have a happy, successful life, you need to basically become a man. You need to have all their traits. You need to be a leader. You need to be loud. You need to be strong. In reality, women competing with men just leaves us feeling icky and alone and bitter. Females are designed to be feminine. We are designed to receive. We are designed to be taken care of. And that's not a bad thing. It's so freeing to let go of society's rules of what you should be doing and just embrace your femininity. Let yourself be soft. Let yourself be graceful. Let yourself receive things from men. Let yourself be taken care of. It's amazing. And when you're able to really do that, the good men, the masculine men, the men that you want will be drawn to you. You won't even have to chase them.
Please make it make sense. Why do guys that I'm interested in end up not wanting to pursue me?
Because they are the same guys that everyone is interested in.
And then guys that I'm not interested in pursue me and pursue me hard and do not give up.
Because those are the guys that nobody is interested in.
Please make it make sense.
Okay. Human beings are born with a sense of fairness. We like to think that the universe is fair and everything evens out, but it's not and it doesn't. We think that things work a certain way, but it's actually just a feeling that we need to have. Otherwise, life would be a nightmare. We like to believe that there is someone out there for everyone, but in reality, It's only a few guys that are attractive to all the girls. The rest of these guys are practically invisible until they do something extra and then you notice them. In other words, they have to make up for their lack of attractiveness by being extra nice. That means that all women dream of being with just a few exciting men, so there's not enough to go around. So if we match 1-to-1, that means that most women will never get what they're looking for. This used to work better because women kind of had to get married when they had less power, so most people would match 1-to-1. But now that you have your own money, we don't match 1-to-1 anymore. We threw all those rules out the window, and now everything is a mess. Because women are no longer marrying who they must, and instead, they are pursuing who they want, and it's all the same few guys. Let's say this is you. This is the guy that you're looking for, and he isn't interested in committing because he's got all the attention he can handle, and so does he. And here is the guy who's looking for you, and you're not interested in him, and neither is anyone else. Except maybe her, but then he doesn't want to commit to her either. To make matters worse, dating apps give people the illusion of more options than they really have. So when you say,
Please make it make sense.
that is your brain trying to believe that people naturally pair off with someone at their own level. But that's not how nature works. Nature makes all the women want these few men, and then these men want these women who are not interested because they want Prince Charming, although Prince Charming is busy. And then these girls way down here are pursuing these guys who don't want to be seen with them. People love to forget that we are nature, we are animals, and we have a lower biological nature. And nature doesn't say, I should pick someone appropriate for me. Nature says I should get the best I possibly can, which creates a market. This website on walrus reproduction says that one male is shared by 23 females. At certain points in our history, 17 women reproduced for every one man, and throughout all of history, only 40% of men reproduce compared to almost 90% of women. So this is not new. It's just what male mammals do when nothing stops them. And if you want to go back to everyone matching one by one, then you have to go back to the rules that made it happen. But you said you didn't like those. So the reason that people no longer pair up one by one is that sexual freedom makes society collapse. This guy wrote a book about it, and just look at him. He tried to warn you. Here, I know none of you are going to read this. The whole of human history does not contain a single instance of a group becoming civilized unless it has been absolutely monogamous, nor is there any example of a group retaining its culture after it has adopted less rigorous customs. So the reason the guys you like don't like you, and the other way around, is because that's what people do.
You know, once again, and to give you credit, I think she has pretty eyes, okay? I think it looks like she takes care of herself. But you're average. You're average, man. You got some good qualities about you, but you're average just like the rest of us. And you're out here trying to chase people like Brad Pitt, and they don't turn around and give you the time of day, then you get upset and you're questioning your existence. If you get with the person or give the guy a chance that you're supposed to be with and stop having so much ego, then maybe you'd be okay.
I said, why don't
I don't believe in marriage.
Why don't you believe in marriage?
Because it's a massive L for dudes.
Why is it a massive L for dudes?
The financial repercussions are significant in the event of divorce.
Then why aren't you marrying someone that actually loves you?
That actually loves me?
Because why would you get divorced?
Is that actually a question?
In your mind. Why are you so worried about divorce if you're committed to someone?
You think people that get married go into that specific marriage with the anticipation that they were eventually going to get divorced?
No, but why are you so worried about it? If you're committed to someone like them, they're committed to each other.
Because women are fickle. Y'all change your minds.
Men change their minds.
Till death do us part don't mean nothing to y'all. It
That's a
don't
lie.
mean nothing. It's true. 80% of divorces are initiated by women.
You're 43, he's 58. So you probably got with him because he was established. He was established and he was a little bit more, he had money back in the, well, he probably has money now, but, he's got a business. I'm looking at the way that you're dressed, and you're not doing bad. You're not doing bad at all, actually. I'm looking at your teeth. Clean, skin clean, hair is done. The car is nice. Everything that you need. I can even see your sunglasses up there at the top. You're doing all right. You're doing all right. What you want to do is pick up and move and act like a child. And this is what men get tired of. You make a commitment I want to go here, I want to go there, I want to go do this, I want to go do that. And for years, this man has supported you, done what you wanted him to do. This man's 58. This man don't want to pick up and move across the country. He's 58. He's already built and established what it needs to be that he's built and established. And now you want to pick up, throw all of that away, childish, and move. Well, I just want to try it for 3 months. And then we can go back to where we're doing. So basically, let's keep our house here. Let's keep on paying bills here, right? And if you have to, you commute. Well, honestly and truly, you don't even have to come with me. I want to live in New York City. I want to try it out. But what you're going to do is you're going to pay for stuff. So basically, you got to work to make sure that I'm happy. That's selfishness. You got to work to maintain this home over here, and then you're going to have to buy an expensive place because I don't want to be anywhere that's cheap, it's unsafe, and then I want to get the full experience for New York City. So I'm going to get there, not staying in a hotel. Let's say you rent a place out. That's going to be $4,000 a month, at least. 1 bedroom that's relatively nice. Okay, so I just did a little bit of research to kind of make sure. Yeah, it's going to be about 4 or 5 grand. It's going to be about 4 or 5 grand. And then you got to eat. So let's put, because you want the full experience. So first of all, that's going to be, let's put it at 5 grand, 15K for 3 months on your housing. Mind you, he's got to pay for the house. Well, maybe the house is already paid for, right? So he doesn't have that. So that's going to be 15K plus, let's say, $600 on food. So that's another $1,200. So let's say 16. Let's put it at 16.5. So you're looking at 16.5 right now. And then you want to go buy trinkets. You want to go shopping. Honestly, let's put it at $1,000 a month. So you got $1,000 just for shopping. So now you're looking at 19.5. Okay. How are you going to get around? I'm hoping, well, you're not going to take the subway. You're going to probably try to, do it for the experience. And then that's going to be it. But you're going to want to take Ubers, taxis. So I'll put that at 1,500. And now you're looking at 21. So 20. So let's just put everything at about 25 grand for 3 months. For 3 months. Just so you can live out your dream. 20K to live out your dream. And mind you, he has to continue paying for things at the house while you go. And then he'll have to come up there sometimes or spend a weekend with you maybe or something like that. But that man's got a business. Well, just hire somebody else to run the business while you do this, and this. Okay, I hire somebody to do all the day-to-day things because I was checking on my business. So I was technically the manager. I did have somebody that was supervising it. But now maybe I have to hire somebody else on because I was coming in and actually working. Now I have to hire another supervisor and now I have to pay them. So let's say I hire somebody else at another 50K. Well, I don't know if you can really do that for a few months, right? But yeah, at least, I don't know. I guess it's got to be project work at that point in time. The point is, what you're doing, I know you probably think it's my dream. I want to do this, and this. But we got to start looking at the feasibility of it. The man is darn near close to retirement age. And you think he wants to be doing this type of stuff? Maybe, but it doesn't sound like it.
Would you give up your dreams to stay married? That's the question of the day today. My husband and I have been married for 10 years, together almost 15. I was born and raised a city girl. He is a country boy at heart. We live in suburbia currently, but I have a dream to move to New York City. I know that he has A, no desire to move to New York City, and B, he has a local company here, so it's not feasible. Our children we're empty nesters. So I could potentially move to New York City. I don't want to move there permanently. I want to move there, I told him, for 3 months. just to like see. I think it would be fun. I think it would be great for my career. I think it would be just an experience that I am like craving and dying to have. And it is very rare that my husband is a hard no on anything, but he looked at me and told me, absolutely not. That's a waste of money. And no, like absolutely not. Which was a little surprising to me because, like I said, he doesn't tell me no very often. And then it just got me to thinking, like, it is a dream of mine to do this. So if I decide not to go, does that mean that I'm giving up my dreams for my husband? What would you do in this situation? For reference, I am almost 43. He is 58. Yeah, we're 15 years apart. Again, we live in suburbia now. And yeah, what would you do?
How do you women fucking navigate life without murdering? What I'm about to say is going to piss some people off, and you're welcome to argue me. You're welcome to give me a piece of your mind. Before you do, though, however, please make sure there is enough to go around. Make sure you have got enough IQ points in order to share. After all, I refuse to have a debate with an intellectually unarmed person. As my babes, you well. So here's the point that I'm going to make. Women have life tougher than men. Not all women, not always the case, not 100% of the time. Generally, women have life tougher than men. Let me tell you why. And by no means is this a complaint on my husband. My husband is amazing. He works incredibly hard. Greatest man I could ever ask for. But if you think about the typical gender roles in most relationships, in our scenario, for example, I'm the one that works from home. So there we go. Number one, I have a job. We have 2 dogs, which needs to be taken out. So it's not even like kids that need to be taken to school and to soccer practice and to violin recitals and yada, yada, yada. They just need to be taken out to go make a poop, come back in, they chill, they're happy. And most of the time, women are typically the ones who look after the house. Or in this case scenario, and I'm not doing myself any favors here, but I'm the one who works from home. So I do majority of the housework. I cook, I do the cleaning, I do the dishes, I do the laundry. Now granted, I've got a washer, I've got a dryer. I don't hang laundry. My husband very kindly folds it. Otherwise, I would have just frumpled it up and tossed it out a window. I'm the one who cleans the house. And by clean the house, I mean I have a Roomba that does majority of the cleaning. And then I just kind of like supervise over that. I do the grocery shopping. And again, very spoiled. I do not physically go to a store to go do the grocery shopping. I order shit online and it gets delivered. My point, however, is I have life very fucking convenient considering the fact that I don't have kids with soccer and violin recitals and all of that stuff. My dogs needs to go out, go poop 4 or 5 times a day, come back inside, they're chilled. I toss laundry in the washer, I toss it in the dryer, it dries, it's sorted. The Roomba automatically cleans when it's supposed to, as it's scheduled. Groceries and all of that gets delivered automatically to the house every week. It is fantastic. Yet I still do not have the fucking time of day to wipe my ass. The fact that I have a bidet and I don't need to wipe my ass is a different story, but that's not the point. My fucking question is, how do you bitches do it? It's 10:38. I have barely put a dent in my to-do list. I haven't taken the dogs out for their second time yet. I know that groceries are supposed to be delivered and be packed away. I'm sitting here ready to jump out the window. Like, genuinely tell me, how do you women do it? And don't give me that bullshit of, oh, you know, my babes, you just do it. No, there's a fucking hack somewhere. You guys have got magic or like power cookie coochies or fucking how? I want now. Tell me. I want to know.
If you're getting like, let's say you do a grocery haul every 2 weeks, maybe it takes 30 minutes maybe to pack away all that stuff. I don't know what you're doing. Maybe being lazy. I have no idea. Maybe you're not doing enough. And the fact that you are on video right now talking instead of working is probably why you don't have enough time to wipe your behind. See, we get online and we make a bunch of stupid statements when we could be doing stuff. Oh, I have a Roomba. Exactly. And they have the same thing. Well, my husband puts up the clothes. Exactly. Which means you're not doing everything. Which means your husband's actually, well, I do majority of the housework. You're not doing anything. It's clean. You don't have to do anything. Maybe a wipe down here and a wipe down there, but you're not doing anything. Like, not at all. Well, I can just throw something in the washer and the dryer. Exactly. The way modern women, and you're just like a female, these modern women, the way they talk is like you talk. Can't see anything outside of your own world. Well, man, if I'm doing that and I'm overwhelmed, you get groceries delivered. You're not overwhelmed. You're just lazy. You're not doing anything. You're just lazy. Dang.